All right, welcome back, Wolfpack, to another episode of Tales from the Honky Tonk. It has been a minute, but as always, I am JWolf, accompanied by TDawg, Tyler Lovell. Tyler, how have you been?
I've been pretty good. Been quite busy these past couple of weeks, but it's good to finally be back.
Have you been busy with anything in particular?
I've been seeing a girl recently, but and then work's been picking up a little bit. Aside from that, just hanging out with the boys on the weekends as well.
Anything you want to share about this girl to our fans, Tyler?
She likes country music and Disney, so.
Oh, there you go. Get her hip on the podcast. But yeah, it's been a little bit busy over here for me too. The wife and I been in Colorado for like the last week or so. So Colorado/Wyoming. So I'll talk a little bit more about that later in the podcast. But right now, let's get into our country fixins, the new music from the last week or so. And Tyler, you want to lead us off with some new music you've been listening to?
Yeah, so a couple weeks ago, Riley Green came out with a couple new songs on his YouTube. The first we'll go over being God Made a Good Old Boy. I don't remember a whole lot from this song because it's also been about a week since I listened to it. It was pretty good. Like I said, I don't have much to say about it because I don't remember much of it. So I'll have to rank that one about like a 6. The other one that he came out with was called Raised Up Right. I like that one a lot better. It's about like being raised the more old school traditional way and doing things the more old school traditional way because of it. It was a lot catchier, I thought. It's been stuck in my head basically on and off about every other day since I've listened to it. I've gone back to it quite a few times, so that one I would rank about a 7 out of 10. The final song that I can remember that was new, there was a lot of new ones I actually listened to, but I lost track of most of them. The other, I think probably the biggest one was the new Warren Ziders song, Coming Down High. I actually came across that song literally the day before it released on TikTok. So like he was gonna release it Friday at I think it was last week Friday at midnight, and I came across it like 2 hours before it released. So I was trying to find it all over YouTube because I thought it was out, and then I realized it hadn't been out yet, so I had to wait a couple hours to actually listen to the song, and it was well worth the wait. Very catchy tune, and I think that one was probably my favorite out of all the new music I've listened to in the past couple weeks. I'd rank that one probably an 8 out of 10.
Ooh, high rankings. Yeah, I like Warren Ziders. Awesome. All right, sweet. So I'll get into some new music from this week. First off, we have a new Justin Moore song, Get Rich or Drunk Trying. And I thought it was kind of a fun song, just kind of corny-ish, but like at least it wasn't like super generic, it seemed, but it was just kind of fun. And like listening to it for like the first few minutes of this song, it was on track to being like probably like a 5 or 6. But then I looked at the runtime of this song, and it was 5 minutes and 20 seconds. And I'm sitting there with my wife who doesn't like country music, and she's like, yeah, that's just too long for a song anyway. And I was just like, bro, this song does not need to be this long. I kind of was thinking about it in the moment there. I'm like, I feel like songs that are like 5 minutes plus are only good if they're like storytelling songs. There's like something reflective that's like there's like a story that's happening instead of just like these like kind of gimmicky like songs, which I like Justin Moore's music for the most part. I feel like he's got an attitude to a lot of his music that's present on this song, which I like. Like obviously he's got the one song I Can Still Kick Your Ass, which is fun. But yeah, 5 minutes, 20 seconds too long, especially when like the last 2+ minutes are just like an outro instrumental. Like that's just unnecessary to me, especially in like this day and age of music where you have more trendy to have shorter songs. I feel like this song didn't need to be that long, and for that reason it suffers my rankings for that. So I'm going to give this a 3. The next song is Luke Bryan with But I Got a Beer in My Hand. And I'm a little bit higher on this song, not that much higher. I didn't think it's Luke's best work. Kind of boring, forgettable song, if I'm being honest. Like, I was listening to it, and the biggest thing that struck out was I really liked the chorus of this song. Actually, I thought the chorus was catchy. I thought the chorus was fun. It hits hard, which I like. I think that works, but overall, this isn't like a song that I'm going to go back to. It's not a song that I added to my country playlist at all. So I'm going to give this one a 5. And from there, I have a little bit higher rankings for songs. The new Megan Moroney song, Trader Joe, came out, and I love this song. This song reminded me of like the angst of now I'm gonna forget the name of it, but it kind of reminded me of Don't Know His Last Name, the Carrie Underwood song, whatever the actual title for that song is. But like this kind of like angst, like more angsty version also of Stay by Sugarland, in the sense that it's coming from this other girl's perspective. Actually, like a country version, but like a better story told, more lyrical version of I Don't Like Your Girlfriend by Avril Lavigne. There we go. That's the comparison I thought of earlier in my head. But I like this song. I like the play on the word Trader Joe. Obviously, Trader Joe's Trader is a grocery store. And then the song title is Traitor. So it's like trade. It's just a nice play on words. I just like how she's like, one of the lyrics that I really liked is just like the chorus where she's saying she's a player, a wolf in sheep's clothes. All I'm saying is you should let her go. She's a traitor, Trader Joe. So yeah, all I'm saying you should let her go. That's just hey you. I don't know, just like that repetitiveness to the chorus kind of reminded me of that. But I like a lot of Megan Moroney's music, so I really like this song. I'm gonna give this one a 7. So I was kind of going through the New Music Friday country playlist on Spotify. That's kind of where I get a lot of the new music from. And before I get into like probably one of the last big songs I'd say from this week, my favorite song that I listened to, and some week I want to just really do a deep dive into the new music country playlist, because I feel like there's a lot of hidden gems in here that you and I are both missing, Tyler. But yeah, one of my favorite, actually, before I get into my favorite, one song that I thought was really passable was That Don't Impress Me Much by Lindsay L. She's coming to concert near me like this summer. So that's how I first heard of her name recently. So I thought it was kind of ironic that I saw her pop up on the New Music Friday country playlist. If you guys know Lindsay L, then pardon me, I am not that familiar with her music, but she did a cover of That Don't Impress Me Much by Shania Twain, and I just didn't think that added anything to the song. It's not like I listened to the first like minute or so and immediately just started playing Shania's version instead. So I'm not even going to rank that because I didn't give that a good listen. But my favorite song from the week was Playing God Again by Colby Alcuff, I believe is how you pronounce his name. I just thought that this was a fun song. It sounded like a mountainy country song, and I just really enjoyed the instruments on it, just the authentic instruments of it, the lyrics, just his voice sounds great on this. I'm giving this an 8. But maybe one of the biggest songs that came out this week was If I Die Young Part 2 by Kimberly Perry, formerly of the band Perry. And she's back doing country music, it looks like, at least in this song, which the band Perry, if you guys aren't familiar with, started off as a country group, I believe 2 brothers and a sister, and released several bangers from the late 2000s, early 2010s. Yeah. Maybe. They have some pretty memorable hits, but then just branched off into other genres of music. I think at one point they were even doing EDM, and it's just like just kind of like into this obscurity. But she comes back with "If I Die Young" Part 2, and I actually really liked this version. I thought it added to the song. I just really liked like an older Kimberly reflecting on things and like kind of like a change of mindset, and like you get like a little bit of more of a seasoned perspective on this song. So I really like this. It wasn't my favorite song of the week. Like I said, that was the previous song. But I thought this was a nice song. I'm torn between a 6 and a 7. I think I'm going to go with a light 7 for that song. Excited to see if she releases more country music for sure.
I think going back before we move on to the cover you're talking about of Lindsay L's cover of That Don't Impress Me Much, I think honestly out of like all the covers, and I'm gonna kind of say that in air quotes, the best one of recently is still probably Cole Swindell's kind of like cover of Heads Carolina. It's not really a cover, like, but it kind of covers the song. I don't know how to explain it, but I think that's probably the best one of recent times.
Yeah, I'd agree with you. And I think one of the things that makes Cole Swindell's cover / remix / kind of new song so good is that he like reinvents it in a way where it's like it's not just the same old thing. That obviously Heads Carolina, Tails California is a classic country song, like classic Jody Messina, right? No denying that. But what he does is he makes it fresh, right? Like he adds to the song, he brings his own perspective to it, he does his own twist to it, and I think that's one of the things that Lindsay L's missing on That Don't Impress Me Much. Is it's a little bit more of a stripped down version of the song, but it doesn't really change the song too much to the point where it's like kind of making it her own, and she doesn't reinvent the wheel with the song. It's just, if I'm going to listen to something that sounds that similar to prime Shania Twain, I'm just going to go listen to prime Shania Twain, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right. So that's our country fixings of the week. Let us know what you guys are listening to in the comments. Message us on Instagram. You guys can email us at tfthonkytonk@gmail.com. Just let us know what you guys are listening to. Also, if you are listening on YouTube right now, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you can stay up to date with not only this podcast, but all the other content going on at the JWolf channel. So moving on, we are going to get into something a little bit different. So we're going to do a summer country songs draft. So similar to when we do our top 5s on this channel, except we're going to do a draft style, kind of inspired us to kind of come up with this is from the Bobby Bones show. They kind of do like a fantasy football style draft of certain different things. So I kind of wanted to do something like that for us. So it's going to be a snake order draft. So we each have 5 picks. Tyler will pick first, then I pick again, and then Tyler, so on and so forth. And then we're going to have, our top 5 summer country songs. So country songs for summer. They don't necessarily have to be about summer, but songs that you want to jam out to in the summertime, windows down, cruising, maybe on a beach somewhere, on a boat, whatever you like to do in the summertime, listening to country music. This is what we're picking. We cannot repeat songs, so if one of us picks a song that the other wanted, we are SOL. And you guys vote in the comments. Vote. We'll have a poll on Instagram as well. You guys can vote there. TFT Honky Tonk at Instagram, and we're gonna see who wins. And then when we do this in the future, we'll keep track of our all-time record against each other. Does that sound good, Tyler?
That sounds fine to me.
All right. So with the first overall pick on the clock is TDawg.
All right. So first round pick, I'm gonna just start it off, hitting it right on the head. We're gonna go with "Summertime" by Kenny Chesney.
Ooh.
The song, every time I listen to it, it always reminds me of when I was like probably, it'd be 13 and under. Like, it'd be summer break from school, and it'd be usually about July afternoon. We're going down to my grandma and grandpa's house, and they lived in like a rural area, and they had like horses and stuff. So like going out there and like playing around in like the backyard and stuff. And I remember like this song being on the radio a lot in that time period. So every time I hear it, it always reminds me of like mid-July heat, being a kid, and just going to hang out in the sticks a little bit. So yeah, number one pick, I'm gonna go with "Summertime" by Kenny Chesney.
I love that pick. So I was telling Tyler, so I think we planned for this a little bit differently. So I made like a tier list on Google Sheets. So I had like a tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, just in preparation for to have backup options. "Summertime" was in my tier 1 list. Like that would have been contention for my pick. All right. Well, I feel like I need to counteract that pick a little bit. So my first pick, I could go a couple different ways here. But since I get the next pick after this, I feel a little bit more comfortable going here. So I'm going to go "All Summer Long," Kid Rock.
Okay.
And that's just, I remember when this song came out, one thing, he's talking about Northern Michigan. Obviously, Tyler and I are from Michigan. So I think, I don't know about you, Tyler, but I definitely jammed a little bit harder to this song when he talked about Northern Michigan. But again, Kid Rock's like marked the song pretty much. I don't want to say pretty much marked his turn into country for a little bit, because he did have that one song with Sheryl Crow back then with "Picture." So that was kind of like a big country hit, crossover country hit. But still, "All Summer Long" I think is just is one of the quintessential country summer songs. Again, just singing "Sweet Home Alabama" all summer long. Who doesn't sing along when that line comes up? And then just makes you kind of want to listen to "Sweet Home Alabama" after that too. But yeah, so that will be my first pick. And then with the first pick in the second round, it goes to me. And I'm going to pick "Margaritaville" by Jimmy Buffett.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah. So I feel like "All Summer Long" is kind of like a lake, maybe like woodsy, like campfire type summer song. "Margaritaville" gives you a nice beach, just relaxation type summer vibe. So I'm going with those two vibes here with my first two picks.
All right, so for my second round pick, we're gonna be I think we're going to be continuing on quite strong here. I'm going to go with a song that I know was on my top 5 Alan Jackson list. I don't remember if it made your top 5 or not, but I think it did. And I'm going to go with Chattahoochee on this one.
Nice.
So the reason for choosing this one is this one more so reminds me of like more of like my current life / past few years cruising around, listening to country music, like getting back in touch more so with older country, because modern country was kind of the reason I stopped listening to the radio. So once I started listening to more of it off my iPod, I started getting back more into the older country. And this song has always reminded me of just, dropping the windows down. It's like a nice, like cool summer Saturday morning. So it's probably like 65, 70 degrees. The sun's up, but it's not like high in the sky, cruising around, maybe cruising past the beach or the river. So yeah, Chattahoochee is probably one of my go-to summertime cruising songs as of lately.
Yeah, I believe Chattahoochee was my number 1 Alan Jackson song, if I'm remembering that correctly. But yeah, this was another song that was on my tier list. Again, yeah, quintessential summer country song. I do not hate that pick. That's a very good pick. All right, Tyler, you get the first pick in the third round. Where are you going with? So
this is a newer song. I came across it a few weeks ago. It's from, I think it came out last year. It's from a guy named Kyle Clark. It's called "Hope It's Hot Out." It's basically about summer. Like it starts out talking about, it's been a cold winter and everyone's just ready for it to be hot out again. Nice. He wants the weatherman to be wrong because it's supposed to be, winter for like 3 more weeks. He's just like, man, I really hope it's that weatherman's wrong. It's hot. We can go cruise down to the beach. And I was like, man, I feel that because we just got through winter round 2 in Michigan, and I think I found this right when winter round 2 was like kicking off. So I was like, yeah, this man's preaching right here. So
nice.
Yep.
All right.
So
yeah,
Hope It's Hot Out will be my round 3 pick.
Interesting. Yeah, I've not heard of that song. I'll have to give it a listen. Maybe add it to one of my playlists on Spotify. I have a country pool party playlist, so I drew some of the songs from that party or from that playlist. All right. So with my pick now, so we are in what? So second pick in the 3rd round, and then I get the first pick in the 4th round. I'm gonna go with Chicken Fried, Zac Brown Band. I just think that that's it's a good song to be grilling out to, just sitting back on the porch, just enjoying that summer weather with good meal, a pair of jeans that fit just right, the radio up, This is a classic country song, in my opinion. Arguably Zac Brown Band's best song, one of their biggest hits for sure. So I don't think you can go wrong with this song in the summer.
I think this is like Brandon's favorite country song, and he doesn't even like country music. So
I think you're right. Yeah,
because I remember multiple times he said he liked this one. He's actually sang along to it, if I remember correctly, too, with us.
See, if you can turn Brandon, aka 3C, the rapper, into a country fan with this song, then how can you not love this song for the summer? All right, so first pick in the 4th round, flying by here in this draft, having a great old time. I'm going to go with the last song remaining in my tier 1 of summer country songs draft, and that is Two Piña Coladas by Garth Brooks. So, I just love listening to this song. It's really hard. Again, I think we've talked about this on this channel, on this podcast, about how hard it is to listen to, how hard Garth Brooks makes it to listen to his songs. But yeah. I have this downloaded so that it can be on my Spotify playlist as a local file. And, there's just something about summertime. Piña coladas, just a good summertime drink. And when you have 2 piña coladas, you have one for each hand, Tyler.
Yeah. Your stepdad's friend said you have your 2 best friends. So
shout out Ben.
So in the 4th round, my 4th round draft pick, trying to just keep full steam ahead going through this draft. We're gonna go with Somewhere Sunny in 75 by Joe Nichols. Another good one, similar premise to me, it feels like, with my previous round pick, Hope It's Hot Out. It's just been cold and dreary. It's been cloudy, rainy. We've had snow in the past couple weeks, and Somewhere Sunny in 75, like all my coworkers and I, we've all been talking about, like, man, I just wish it would get hot out again. It'd be summer. We can, my coworkers can go camping. I can go fishing again. So this is another one of those songs that just anytime I hear, like any time of the year, if I hear in the summer, it's like, man, I am very thankful it is finally summertime again. And when I hear it in the dead of winter, I'm like, man, I wish it wasn't cold and icy and gray outside, and it was sunny and blue skies, cruising the back roads, sitting on the beach, sitting on the lake fishing. So 4th round pick, Sunny in 75 by Joe Nichols.
There you go. Yeah, one of the things that I thought about with coming up with this draft was I was thinking about you guys in Michigan and how you guys just keep getting snowed on, it feels like. So I'm like, oh man, you guys got to be longing for summer right now. Got about a month away. You're so close.
Yep. We're very close at this point.
Good pick there. All right, what's your with the first pick in the final round, round 5, Tyler? It is up to you how you rounding out your draft.
Sorry, there's gonna be a little bit of noise real quick. My dad just parked his tractor like right outside of my my window. So I apologize for the noise. Oh, that would have been a good one, but that one's not a country song. Damn it! It was "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus. And you're like, damn, that's a straight bop right there. That would have been a great one for it. I was going through this. Where was it? I gotta find it again in my playlist. Oh, here we go. Jameson, Rodgers, and featuring Luke Combs, "Cold Beer Calling My Name," because everyone knows the best part about a hot summer night, the end of the day, especially on the weekend, the best part of it is having an ice cold beer to cap it all off, or multiple ice cold beers, as some of us would prefer. So, final round, I'm going to go with "Cold Beer Calling My Name" by Jameson, Rodgers featuring Luke Combs.
Nice. Another song I haven't really listened to, so I'll have to check that out. I feel like there's so many good songs that are still available here. I'm not going to pick this song, but one song that I feel like would be a really strong song to pick is "Cruise" by Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah.
If I didn't pick Zach Brown already, you could go "Knee Deep" with Zach Brown featuring Jimmy Buffett, but I already have both artists there. "Boondocks" by Lil Big Town could be another good one. You talked about Alan Jackson's "Summertime Blues" would be another good one. Ooh. Redneck Yacht Club, Craig Morgan could be good. "Long Hot Summer," Keith Urban. Now I'm just kind of listing others I had on my tier lists still, but I'm gonna get some female representation up in here. We're gonna go "Independence Day," Martina McBride.
There you go.
Yeah, I know the song's not technically about the 4th of July, but I mean, let's be honest here. We all still listen to it on the 4th of July and middle of summer, great celebration song. It's about freedom, liberation, good old American summer here, and just a classic Martina song. Love vintage Martina McBride. Definitely, she's got some bops on her discography. So that will round out my list. So to recap our draft, and we'll have it in the description as well.
Can I give an honorable mention real quick?
Yes, of course.
I'd like to give an honorable mention to "Barbecue Stain" by wait, is that the name? I don't even know if that's the name of the song. The Tim McGraw one.
Crap.
Is that the name of the song? Now I gotta look it up.
Oh, that would have been such a good. That would have been such a good summer song too.
Tim McGraw.
Something like that.
Is it "Barbecue Stain"?
It's something like that.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that song. That's such a good. That would have been such a good song.
When you said "Independence Day," it made me think that, because I remember as a kid, those two would always be on the radio. They'd always play one after the other. So when you said "Independence Day," I was like, oh shoot, I forgot about "Something Like That" by Tim McGraw.
Dang, I don't know which song I would have traded for it, but I wish that somehow it could have been on my list. Because it is a really good. I had a barbecue stain on a white t-shirt. Oh my gosh, so good, it's so classic. It was Labor Day weekend. I was 17. I bought some Coke and some gasoline. I love the TikToks or the memes or whatever of kids when they're 17, it's Labor Day weekend 17, and they're filling up their car with gas and they have a Coke or whatever. I love how that's become a trend. I wish that was a thing when we were in school, or I wish I would have thought to do that when I was 17, because that would have been
put it on iconic. Vine.
Honestly, yeah.
Been ahead of the times.
Vine.
Or also shout out to we're not sponsored by them, but shout out to Whiskey Riff in their 90s country apparel, because I have a t-shirt that says "Barbecue Stain" on it. Nice. And it's a white t-shirt.
Maybe I should just take my white t-shirt and just put a barbecue stain on it and just
douse it in barbecue sauce. Just throw some Sweet Baby Ray's all over it, smear it around. Really work it in.
It's just constantly stained. People are like, hey, you got a stain on your. I'm like, would you say it's a barbecue stain on my white t-shirt? And then I feel like people out here wouldn't get the reference. They would just be like, "Who is this hick?"
They just think you're like some homeless dude.
Honestly,
Why does this homeless guy smell like Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce?
why can't just more people just know country music culture like
Especially
we do?
the best hits.
But yeah, shout out to country music culture. Shout out Grady Smith. Shout out Nashville. Shout out whatever else you want to consider. Shout out Tim McGraw. Thank you guys for loving us. Peace. No, I'm just kidding. It's like we just cut the episode there. But yeah, it's a good list. Yeah. So to recap, Tyler's list is Summertime, Kenny Chesney, Chattahoochee, Alan Jackson, Hope It's Hot Out, Kyle Clark, Somewhere Sunny and 55 and 75, not 55. Ooh, that would be not good for the summer. Joe Nichols, Cold Beer Calling My Name, Jameson Rodgers featuring Luke Combs. My list is All Summer Long, Kid Rock, Margaritaville, Jimmy Buffett, Chicken Fried, Zach Brown Band, Two Piña Coladas, Garth Brooks, and Independence Day, Martina McBride. Celebrate on ring. Sorry, I won't sing again. Don't want to hurt your ears. But yeah, it's a good list, Tyler. I'm excited to see what future installments of this draft we can come up with, and maybe we can get like JJ on, or maybe your friend can get on, and we can get like a big group of people and just do a big draft.
We have a mosh pit draft.
Honestly, I feel like the more people you have for these things, the better, because then it
would
really
get more challenging.
100%, yeah. Like
more people would be stealing our songs.
Yeah, like 4 of my tier 1 summer country songs were available for me to pick, which again, that's just my tier rankings. Necessarily my tier rankings don't mean jack. It's all personal opinion. But yeah. Cool. So we're going to transition, of course, into our final segment, which is always our beer of the week. And it's been several weeks since we've had a beer of the week. I've been saving mine. But so I'll go first just because I'm kind of excited about this one. And it is the celebrated oatmeal stout from Samuel Smith Old Brewery, Tadcaster. So this is a product of England. Got this at Total Wine when I like to get a split between international beers just to broaden my horizons and domestic beers. And I really like this oatmeal stout. This is really smooth, silky. It's got like a bittersweet finish to it. I really think it's tasty. It's one of the better stouts I've had in a while. Hopefully it doesn't mess with my system later, since I've had a lot of coffee today and a lot of cheese. This could be a really bad combination, but I'm going to enjoy it while it lasts.
We're going to go to the toilet after tonight.
Honestly, so you can pick this up at probably your local Total Wine. That's where I got this. Highly recommend it. If you are a stout fan, if you like smooth beers, this is definitely the beer for you. It definitely, I mean, I'm having this close enough to breakfast time. I guess it's almost 1 o'clock, but where I'm at, but still, like, it feels like something you could have for breakfast. Not necessarily saying you want to have a breakfast, but like if you had a beer for breakfast, this would be the beer for breakfast you would have. So yeah, Samuel Smith, Old Brewery, Tadcaster, the celebrated oatmeal stout, product of England.
Interesting. So my beer of the week here, and I can hear the tractor coming around, so I have a little bit of noise. I've been trying to mute my mic when I didn't have to talk. But so the one that I'm going to choose, it's not necessarily a beer, but it is something, because I know a lot of people that listen to country music are like blue collar workers and farmers and stuff, and there's nothing that blue collar workers love more than Monster energy drinks. And Monster turned 21 this year. So in order to celebrate turning 21, they made a special product called the Beast Unleashed. That is, thank you. That is, yeah, happy birthday, Monster. But they took I believe their 4 most popular flavors. They stripped the caffeine and the sugar out of them and added in a 6% ABV alcohol blend. In particular, I would like to shout out the flavor Scary Berries. That was my favorite flavor out of the pack. Definitely worth trying all of them, especially if you are a big Monster Energy drink fan like I am. The only flavor I wish they would add is the Pipeline Punch flavor from like their regular line. That's my favorite out of all the Monster Energy drinks. But all in all, I would probably give the Scary Berries Beast Unleashed drink give that one a 7 out of 10.
Wow, nice. I don't really drink energy drinks, but I feel like how you just like what you described would be perfect for the blue collar worker that loves energy drinks. I remember when I was working construction, how many times in the morning I would see my coworkers go in for an energy drink, just come out with like 1, 2, maybe 3.
7.
Yeah.
The long train coming out of the gas station at 6 in the morning of all the guys in their high vis.
Yeah, honestly, like the quintessential. I feel like I've used that word like 5 times in this podcast, this episode. Oof, but like when I think of working construction, I think of the smell of diesel fuel and Monster Energy drink.
Yeah.
Honestly, Monster Energy drinks basically is diesel fuel for the human body.
Backbone of America.
Oh my.
Push coffee out of the way. Said move over, coffee. There's a new man fuel in town.
My favorite is when they have a coffee, but then also have an energy drink too.
Yeah.
So you're just getting your double dose there.
Yep, I've also done that before. So.
Yeah, fun stuff. All right, let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking. Any beers that you want us to review, let us maybe make it around to it. At least try to if they are available in our area. So I know my mom likes to comment a lot. So Lindsay, please don't comment a local Michigan beer that I cannot taste. That's not fair.
Unless you're gonna mail it out.
Yeah, honestly, mail some out, please. Now, my mom sends like a ton of wine out to us, so she does enough. Good job. Speaking of mothers, it's Mother's Day next weekend. So let your mother know that you appreciate them. Maybe next week we should do a draft about best country songs about mothers.
We could.
I
can already think of a couple of them.
Yeah. So I guess you guys will have to wait and see till next week. But as always, I am JWolf, accompanied by
TDawg.
Yep. Nice.
So don't forget to vote on who your top 5 list or your favorite top 5 list was.
Yeah.
Anyways, we will see you guys in the next episode.
All right. Peace out, Wolfpack.